Hi Scrappy friends, welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to a new series that we're starting that we are going to call Borders to Pages. We're going to take this Creative Memories 110 Scrapbooking Border Ideas and Sketchbook, and we are going to pick sketches and create borders, create layouts, and we are going to do that at least once a month over here on YouTube. And I'm also going to carry this same series over to my Facebook page where I come on every Wednesday during Workshop Wednesday, and about once a month I will come on and I will choose another sketch and we'll do sketches both here on YouTube and over there on Facebook. Sometimes there'll be 2-page layouts and sometimes we'll create just a 1-page layout. It really depends on the photos that I need to scrap and the pages I need to get done. So I hope that you enjoy this series and this walk through the book, and I hope that you follow along and get some of your pages done as well. So let's take a look at the border that we're going to create today. We're going to jump over here to page 20 if you're following along in the book, and it looks like this. Now if you saw my Keeping It Simple series, the first video, I explained my thoughts about how the book worked. If you haven't seen that, I'll link it at the end of this video. But my theory is that each of these border sketches have a formula, and all we have to do is figure out the formula, and then we can recreate that over and over again, just changing out the paper and the embellishments, and we have a whole new border. So we find borders that we like, then we could just keep on duplicating them. Okay, let me go ahead and put this one on the screen for you. There we go. So it's a little bit bigger now so that we can take a look at it a little bit closer. So this formula for this border goes something like this. It has a base, which we'll see all of our borders will have a base. And this one has one layer and it lays in the middle. And so it's kind of a frame because it's a little bit of the base is exposed all the way around. Then this layer is then decorated with horizontal strips of paper, and those horizontal strips of paper are then decorated with, it could be a border sticker or a border punch out from the border making cartridge, or decorated somehow, however you would like. Then there's one embellishment cluster, a big one, a big circle right in the middle, and that's going to be decorated according to whatever your theme is. So a pretty straightforward formula for today's border. Let me scoop this aside. We are going to be using the Polar Lights paper collection today. I have some scraps already here, ready to go. I've also pulled in some brown cardstock from my stash and a scrap of white shimmer cardstock as well. Okay, now let me put this aside and we'll get going. So the first thing we want to do is create a base, and for that I'm going to need my trimmer, and I'm going to use a piece of blue cardstock for my base. And my base is going to be 3 1/4 inches by 12 inches. Okay, that's our base. The next thing I want to do is create the strip. Now the strip for the layer. This strip will be covered up, so I'm just going to bring in a piece of a white cardstock, and I'm going to cut this at 3 inches. There we go. To create the strips going across, if you want to make it just like the inspiration and the sketch, you'll need 12 1-inch by 3-inch strips of paper. So I'm going to do mine a little bit different. I'm going to bring in this Northern Lights paper. Let's see, this one's about 3 inches, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use both sides of the paper. And so I'm going to cut 12 of these. While I was cutting, I decided I only need 10 of them because right here where the circle's going to be, those are going to be covered up, so I don't need them to be showing. Okay, so I'm going to just save a little bit of time and paper and not put them there. Okay, so now I'm just going to be using both sides. So I'll put one down and then flip it over, and then another one. And I'm just going to do a little placeholder for the two that I'm going to be skipping, and then move them out of the way. So it'll be like this, and that's where my embellishment will go. So our next step is to adhere those down in place, and then adhere our layer to our base. And I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back, and we'll create the big circle. Okay, hold on. I adhered everything down, and I thought we were ready to make our circle, but we're not, because we do want to decorate each of the horizontal strips. Now, that's what it calls for in the sketch, is to punch out something from the border making cartridge system. And I'm going to do the snowflake chain, but I don't want to do it on every one because I feel like that was too much for, I don't like to overwhelm my border, so I'm only going to do every other one. Okay, and for that, I'm going to use the white shimmer cardstock. And I'm going to punch out one strip. Okay, so now to go across, I'm first going to take off the half snowflake that came out, and it's going to be 3 whole snowflakes across. So I'm going to cut this down. Each one will have 3. And that one has 2, so it won't be big enough. So I will need to cut out another strip. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and adhere these on. I'm going to do one right there. So I'm going to just skip every other one. So it'll be, I think I'm going to do the ones that have the waves, because I think the other pattern paper is prettier. Oh, I made a mistake here, so let me change that around. And probably won't even make a difference once I cover it up with the snowflake, so I think I'll just leave that. Okay, so I'm only going to put snowflakes in 5 areas. Okay, now you can go ahead and add your border all the way down on each strip. That would be fine. It would look beautiful all the same, but I just kind of wanted less patterns. So let me adhere these down really quickly. Okay, so I got those adhered down. I went ahead and flipped over that paper just so it would be very consistent. And now we're ready to cut our circle. Okay, so to create the circle, I'm going to bring in my small custom cutting system circle template, the red and the green blade. And the paper that I've decided on is going to be this blue paper that looks like a bunch of snow falling down. And I'm going to use this one with the green blade on the outside. So make sure I have enough room here. Okay. It makes a very large circle, but it's going to look great when we're finished. And that's going to go right there. So you'll see how it covers up that open area for us. Okay, then I'm going to flip it over because I'm going to then use the opposite side with the trees as my second layer on that circle. Okay, and it's going to look like this. I would purposely put my trees so that they're facing up. That looks beautiful. If you wanted something with a little more contrast, you can use whatever paper that you like right there. Okay, now we're ready to decorate our circle. So let's go ahead and get this adhered down. Okay, so I want mine to kind of look like a mountain range. So that's why I had the piece of brown. I'm going to cut out a brown circle and want this to kind of look like some hills. Now I'm done with that. And I'm going to bring in my decorative trimmer because I want to kind of make it look like a mountain scene. So I'm just trying to figure out which part of the decorative trimmer I would want to be the mountain range. Okay, not that part. I think I'm going to go like right about here, and I'm going to do this almost in half, I think. Yep. Okay, let's see what we got here. Well, it doesn't look really like a mountain range, so let's change it up. Let's try this one. Okay. There we go. Well, let's try this side instead. See if we can get it a little more looking like a mountain. Let's try this one. Okay, well let's see, because we're going to now, we're now going to take our polar bear punch and we're just going to punch out one set of polar bears. Okay? And when you do that, it does kind of leave it attached a little bit, so we just want to cut them out completely. And it is a little bit square, so I am just going to taper it off with my scissors. There we go. And I'm going to put that just like that on my circle. And that's why I wanted the brown behind. So I think that looks pretty good. It looks like the hills with the trees coming out, and then the little bears are right there. So I think that's going to make for a very fun wintry look. So let me go ahead and get all this adhered down. And let's bring back in some of our snowflakes. I think that would be super cute. Like that. And then I'm also going to use this part of the circle for my title as well. So let me get those snowflakes adhered down. I'll clean this up and we'll get ready to start the page. Okay, hold on one moment. So if you're liking this content so far, I'd really appreciate it if you click that like button, and I really appreciate that you do that, and thank you. So I'm back, and what I did was I brought in a piece of this snowflake paper from the Polar Lights collection. That's going to be the base to my layout. And here is my border again. And I think that's going to look really nice laying on top of that paper. All these go together so it blends really nicely. And I'm going to leave a little bit of a margin over here. And other than that, just lay it right there. I will be putting the title up here. This is going to be a layout about when we got our snow in our city. About 2 years ago, I think. We called it snow. It really was more like hail that was all mushed together. And so my son and his girlfriend at the time, now his wife, they went down and to look at it and play in it. So I have these 4 photos. I have 2 that are 4x4 and then some that I've just trimmed down. And I'm gonna get all these on this page. Okay, and I did go ahead and back the 4x4 photos with this blue snowfall paper that it matches here. So it's going to look like that. And then I will put, let's see, something like this. And then this is about as close to snow that we get in Southern California. So we'll take what we can get, right? And let's see, I'm not going to do a lot of other decorations. It's all going to be here with the title. It's going to have the name of my city right there. And let me actually, I'm going to bring in a journaling box so that it'll go like that. In fact, let's see here. Let's bring this down. I do feel like I have a little spot here that I can maybe do some more embellishing on. So this will be a journal box. So let's see. Let me get my journaling little box that I have. I've been really using this a lot. I keep little scraps like this. This I thought would make a great journaling spot on something. But now that I'm looking at it, it might even make a great cluster base somewhere too. So, but for now I have it stored in there. So let's see. Let's trim this down a little bit. This brown piece is 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. And the reason I chose brown was to bring that brown in because I feel like it kind of makes a triangle because up here it looks kind of brown also. 2 1/4. Just want to clean this up. So we'll make it 2 by 3 1/2. I will keep that in there because you just never know. This is the older Creative Memories paper, so it's lined on both sides. So you never know when you might just need a little piece. And I know I would look in here for whatever reason I needed that for. Okay, so I like that there. Let's see what we have for embellishing. So this is going to have very little embellishing. I found this one little word phrase die cut that says let the flurry begin, and I thought that was pretty appropriate. So I'm just going to tuck this down here, kind of just keep everything like in a straight line. Then I have this sheet of winter stickers from a collection called Winter Frolic. I think this was a winter line from 2020. And I'm going to use this blue snowflake right here, and I'm just going to dress up the journaling card a little bit because the paper has the little snowflakes. I thought that was super cute also. So just one little snowflake there and this one little word phrase there. And that's all I'm really going to do on this page. I'm going to keep it very simple, let my border do all the talking. I just wanted to get these photos in my album because we don't have a lot of snow here, so I thought that was great. And then other than that, all the products that I used in today's video will be listed in the description below, so please feel free to click that show more button. You'll see the products that I used. And so until next time, take care everybody, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. If you want to see more video inspiration, click right here.